the episode continued Rick and Morty's new direction following Justin Roiland's departure, which has yielded a variety of outcomes in the previous 2 seasons. Rick and Morty Season 8 has gotten positive reviews because of its decision to attempt new ideas and its devotion to devoted viewers, whereas Season 7 proved to be contentious. Even while The Last Temptation of Jerry wasn't the strongest performance of the series, it did introduce General Reinhard Kincaid, a notable new character. He was one of several Christian troopers who were introduced in the 4th episode of Season 8, and since he was instrumental in the story's full spirit because they just thought sex was disgusting, whereas Rick and Morty's primary motivation for trying to stop the bunny was because it was effectively dominating Jerry. Kincaid survived and defeated the rabbit at the end of the episode, despite the fact that the bunny had killed the majority of the troopers and severed the lower half of his body. He then went back to his house and confronted his wife, saying he no longer thought sex was disgusting and that he wanted to make love to her. Regretfully, Reinhard faced total rejection, and his wife was unhappy that he had been absent for 20 years. She also pointed out that he was missing half of his body, which prevented him from experiencing this close-knit devotion. "Drag yourself somewhere else," was the last thing his wife said to Reinhard, implying that he merited a far better conclusion. Even though Reinhard never appeared to be in much physical pain, it is still rather amazing that he was able to use half of his body to go to Rick and Morty's primary dimension. He is undoubtedly one of the most fierce characters on the show, as evidenced by his ability to stop the bunny, return to his own house, and survive the entire incident. Additionally, he has decent morals and spared the main characters when he could have easily killed them, a luxury that Rick and Morty most likely wouldn't have given him. Reinhard also deserves more because of his unwavering determination and altruistic personality, which make him one of the best cast members of Rick and Morty Season 8. Even though it deviated from the typical comic tone of the show's post-credit scenes, this climax would have been well earned, and settling down with his wife and finding peace would have been a far more wholesome finale.